All right, welcome to another episode of Top Gun Sports Talk. Bringing you some NBA action today. Iceman, Maverick, Viper going to be talking about NBA only. Should be a blast. Let's do it. Maverick at Sam Ramball.
This is Iceman here. I'm at Mershow91 on Twitter. That's Mershow91 on Twitter.
And Viper at Espelanger30 on Twitter.
Dive right into it. First question, the top question. Is LeBron leaving Cleveland after this year? It's the last year of the deal. Is he out? Is he done? Is he leaving again?
I have a hard time to believe it. I really do. I don't know, it's a tough start to the year for them. Obviously, not what they're looking for. I mean, they're always looking to win the title. I mean, LeBron James is LeBron James. You know, it's just how it goes with him. It's just the way he works. But I think it'll take a lot for him to move. I think he's too smart. He's too calculated. His whole career has been calculated like this. I mean, to just walk out now, I don't know. I think it's
really hard to say right now because Isaiah Thomas hasn't played a single game with him yet, right? So we don't know how well they're going to do later on in the season.
You think, the LA thing, is that kind of just like a red herring? Is that just people talking? Is that going to happen?
LA thinks they're getting everyone.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
What does
it's
that
like the
mean?
Knicks, no different. Everyone's going to New York, everyone's going to LA. It's just a big city talk, as always. But you never know. It could happen. He's done it before. We can't put it past him.
If LeBron stays with Cleveland, he's kind of forfeiting a great chance to win a title, or do you think he's got some plan for a couple new guys? Because is Caleb enough to win with them?
That's exactly it. There's a few guys coming on contract, like Cousins. Is he going to just want to pair up with Cousins? Is he going to want to pair with anyone else? Paul George has done his contract. I mean, he could pair up with whoever he wants. Wherever he goes, he's the top. They're going to all of a sudden become the top team. So
I have trouble believing that. Are they going to really pay Isaiah Thomas $30 million a year? You know what I mean? That's a lot to be paying Isaiah Thomas.
Some team is going to to, though.
Yeah, exactly.
One team's going to have to.
There's a small market
so
team,
many bottom teams
every
out
team,
there, right?
There'll be so many teams extending him offers. Why wouldn't they?
What are a couple if there's the teams that are the way they are right now? What are a couple teams that could take LeBron on? If LeBron was just you know what, I'm just gonna try and win a title at another super team. Where could he go?
I don't know. I think he's got to stay in the East. I think you'd be crazy to go to the West and just battle out all those top guys. I mean, Golden State. I mean, you don't want to go up against them.
If you go to the
Houston, if you got a lot of good teams there in the West. I mean,
if he goes to the West, it's might as well just be career suicide. If you want to win another title, it's just not gonna happen there.
He's too smart, man. His whole career.
Might as well just go to Washington, honestly. Washington's probably, they have no money, but, just make it work. Where else could he go?
Yeah,
not going to Boston, that's
not
out.
going to New York.
He almost just has to stay in Cleveland,
Go join Porzingis. Yeah, no, not happening.
Yeah, you need another
that's
guy
not in the plans. Yeah, but I mean, he could bring anyone. That's the
LeBron
factor, right?
Exactly.
He can do anything.
Factor, yeah.
He can bring anybody.
Anyone.
He can convince anyone to go there.
Any superstar with LeBron is all of a sudden they're
top team,
even better
top
in the
team
East.
in the East.
In the West, you never know. Golden State is just
they're crazy loaded.
They got
so we just all in agreement LeBron's either staying in the East or staying on the
so.
Cavs.
I think
the whole LA thing is just kind of just news
talk.
fodder, media fodder.
Yeah, it's just media fodder as always. I mean,
Lakers talk.
Lakers are getting everyone. DeMar was going there. Now it's
Russell's
going there.
Too,
you see all this stuff on Twitter.
Can't see Westbrook going crazy. Now, that contract.
They just get pictures posting with the jerseys
for me too,
on.
you
just make it happen.
The other thing for me is the ages just don't match up. LeBron loves playing with old vets and him joining with Lonzo and Ingram.
No, that's
maybe Paul George. That doesn't really add up for me.
Well, I mean, still rebuilding. You can't just rebuild and throw in LeBron with a bunch of guys who are just learning the game.
He just sends a tweet out to Lonzo and everyone just freaks out. He's going to LA now. I mean, just talk.
So we'll go into the next thing, I guess. 5 quick questions. What's wrong with the Cavs right now? Recording this in week 2 of the season, the Cavs have lost to the Nets. The Cavs have lost by 30 to the Magic. Who else did they lose to last night? They lost another one last night. Oh, yeah, they got smashed by the Pelicans by 20 or something.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Is it just they're just too many new guys? There's no point guards. They're all injured. What kind of explanations do we have?
Well, LeBron's been the best point guard in the league so far, so it's not that.
No doubt. Yeah, it's never LeBron. You're not going to put it on LeBron. Yeah. It's hard to say LeBron's the reason they're losing, but I don't know. I feel like if I had the answer, I'd be coaching.
J.R. Smith and all those guys, they're all doing. J.R. Smith is probably one of the worst players in the league so far. He is putting the worst numbers.
That is macho.
He does go in lulls though. He's a big yo-yo. He's
so
going to peak and he's going to drop.
The thing is, though, you know what I mean? You're just choosing a worse of two evils. What do you want? D-Wade out there completely awful right now?
Yeah, losing D-Rose didn't help either. He was kind of their backup plan this whole time whenever Isaiah was kind of
D-Rose was looking good when he was playing.
He was, man. Just same old same with him. He goes goes too hard for his own body. Like he can't.
The problem,
can't anymore.
like the thing is, like
You're not MVP D-Rose.
They're not even making
$2 million
effort on
man
D.
D-Rose.
Like they're not even like in the game. Like they're losing by 30. Like there's no
I
effort.
know
Like,
that's real bad.
Jeff Green is playing meaningful minutes. He is doing.
This brings us back to our first question. Like, he's playing. If the team's gonna be playing like this around him, like, is he gonna stay in Cleveland?
Yeah,
Like, why
man.
is he staying in Cleveland if this is what he's got to deal with?
Starting to wonder about Ty Lue too. Like, does he have any say in that locker room? Like, does he say anything?
LeBron's
like,
a coach,
power?
GM,
Like
owner,
D Wade's deciding.
player.
D Wade decides if he's on the bench or starting. LeBron's like in his ear always. Like,
I know.
there's just no deciding for him. He's
Weird.
just like there for the ride. Not to mention when you have to start Jose Calderon in a couple of games, things
Well,
get
they're
real
not
scary
starting
quick.
him, but when he's
Jose
playing,
Calderon's
he's not an
starting
NBA
in
player
NBA
anymore.
He's not really.
He has to
No,
stop.
he's number 93 or something, man. Get off.
81,
that.
man.
81, even worse.
Kobe.
Wide receiver in the NFL.
Like, is Isaiah gonna come back and instantly be like
Exactly.
be a dog out there?
I don't
Like,
know,
what's
like-
gonna go on with Isaiah when he comes back? Are they gonna have a lull like OKC trying to get together? Like, how's
He
that
might.
gonna
He
work?
might
They never played
be.
together.
He
So.
might be because he's gonna be like he's such a hard worker and like he wants to win
He
so
is.
bad that he's probably watching so much tape and like
He's a volume
figuring
shooter
out-
too, though.
but like he can't like run around so he's probably just sitting there draining threes all day in practice and like
Well, I'm sure he's working hard.
maybe
to
he's
get back, no doubt.
maybe he comes back and is just a completely wet catch and shoot 3 shooter, which is what they
He already
need.
is. Yeah, can't deny that.
Off the ball, like on the dribble, they need someone that can just create and get points because that's what they have with Kyrie and like LeBron needs that, man.
It's a
They got
big
nobody
few
that-
months coming up for Cleveland. When
I
I
think
think
they
about
should
it,
just play Korver more too. I don't think Korver should be playing 18 minutes a game.
Such a
especially with
liability
LeBron.
on D though. It's
he is a liability, but I like
Doesn't
Korver,
matter.
especially with LeBron out
With
there.
LeBron
man.
James,
LeBron
man,
is showing so
man,
many
you
true,
watch
it's
LeBron, how many times he
I don't even
passes
know. Like
to
LeBron's
Korver
probably averaging
during
what
the game.
9 assists a game this year. Like
Oh,
he needs to be having those guys that are out there all the
It's
time.
true.
Like,
They have a lot of
catch and
guys
shoot,
that are
catch and
just
shoot, catch and
they have a
shoot.
lot of guys that need the ball in their hand. It just doesn't work. Like I'm trying to think of who else come off the bench. Shumpert has basically been relegated to the.
They don't have
bottom
that
of the
many
bench.
guys that are ball dominant, really. Like it's just LeBron. Like who else is ball dominant out there
Jeff
currently
Green. Jeff
right
Green
now?
can't play without having the ball in his hand.
Jeff
He literally
Green,
can't. And
no,
Jeff
we're
Green is playing
talking about
18
it
minutes a
again.
game. Like he's playing tons of
He
minutes.
is
man.
playing tons, yeah. They're kind of
Playing more than 18
forced to
minutes
it
a
though.
game now with D Wade.
Right, D Wade's out, D
D-Wade's
Rose is out,
out now?
Isaiah Thomas is out. Like they're forced to play everyone. They have to. They got no choice.
D Wade sat out the other day.
He played last game. He played
Yeah, he sat out the
last
other
night.
day.
That
But he's
is-
supposed to play again tonight or tomorrow, I think.
That's
I think
scary.
tonight actually.
Yeah, they played.
Yeah, tonight again. So.
All right. Question number 2.
3.
Are the Orlando Magic for real? They've smashed the
No.
Spurs. They smashed the Cavs.
They have.
Well, what do you mean by for real?
Are,
we
like, are
talking
they for real? Like,
playoffs, or are we
oh yeah,
talking
are they
about-
going to get into the playoffs? Because at the start of the year, like you would think they're just dumpster fire,
Yeah.
fodder for the top 8 teams, top 6 teams, top 5, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
I think
whenever
they
really
can
think-
make the playoffs.
Oh, they can make the playoffs. I agree. I 100% agree they can make the playoffs.
They've
It's
got
an open
a
book
lot
in
of-
the Eastern Conference.
Are
Like,
people buying in on? Are we buying in on the Aaron Gordon? Like he's got it figured out a little bit here
I don't
now,
know.
or
he's putting up some crazy
they've-
numbers right now.
they've
The guy's
cleared
averaging
up the
25
area,
points a
like,
game.
they got
25
rid.
and 10 right now.
I don't
He-
think he'll keep that.
He can't keep up 25 and 10, man. That's out of control. But
What about
who
that
knows?
shooting
He's a
percentage?
workhorse as well. That's another
Be
guy that
averaging
works
like
his
18
ass
to
off.
20 though. I think
Who's this?
Aaron Gordon.
24 and 10 right now. He can average
Yeah,
about
but
18
he
and
can
10.
18 and
Yeah,
18
for
What's
sure.
the
Like
3-point?
he's right now
20
shooting
points?
72% from 3.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
No one's
sustainable.
keeping that up. Curry doesn't
Yeah.
keep it. I mean, Curry's pretty volume, but no one's keeping 72% 3-point
No, no.
percentage
yeah.
up. That's not happening.
I like the coach. I like Vogel.
Yeah.
Vucevic is a big one. He's got to
is
stay healthy.
sneaky
If he
good.
doesn't stay healthy, they really don't have much of
What's
a
like
chance
what's
without
been the
him.
change? Is it just Aaron Gordon and like no one being in his way
I know
anymore? 'Cause
Fournier's
they
playing
had-
pretty good right now too. Evan Fournier,
They're
but-
playing. They're doing all
Like,
this without their starting
like a-
point guard.
Yeah, but that's probably why it's working.
And I feel like
their
that-
starting point guard is a guy who like needs the ball and can't shoot, so he can't spread the
Yeah.
floor. It's almost like
I almost feel like
Alfred
they should,
Payton is just kind of was holding them back almost or something.
yeah, I almost feel like they should keep DJ Augustin as a starter.
He's playing.
He's playing
like,
really
he's
good.
balling
He's
out
playing
right now,
good.
man.
I don't
Clearly,
know how
like if they're
sustainable
beating
that
teams
is,
like
but
if they're beating teams like San Antonio, like
Well, like I don't understand how Frank Vogel can let Alfred Payton come back and insert him in the starting lineup again if they're playing this well.
absolutely, no, yeah, I agree. He'd have to be. It's not like he's done anything so good before that he has to be
there's
starting.
there's no roster lock there.
You know what
no
I mean?
chance.
Just because of how good his hair defense is. Like, you know what I mean? He's blocking half the room with his hair. That's good defense. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a believer yet, but I do think they can make the
Okay,
playoffs.
so we can agree that you think they'll make the playoffs, but they're not like some
They'll
teams.
be
They're not going to be a top 5 team
They'll
in the
be
East or
probably
something.
bubble team. Like 8,
They're a
9,
bubble
7.
team, I
So
agree.
this is just a hot start. Just came out of training camp, ready to go.
Right, which is cool.
Not
to
everyone's
see.
caught up.
No,
I mean, it's weird. The NBA's kind of started off in a weird way this
It
season.
has been
It's
really
week 2,
different.
and like there's teams that are just weird in the Matrix kind of thing. All right, so I guess kind of going off that, what's everyone's surprise team of the year so far? I've written down, Magic, Grizzlies, Clippers.
Memphis.
for me, it's OKC. I didn't think they'd start out this bad. I thought they would click
Oh,
quicker.
that way.
I
Yeah.
really
3 and
thought
3,
that-
yeah.
3 and 3 is not. I mean, it's not awful, but I mean, like we were talking we were talking just before, like they haven't had much tough matchups. Like their wins are against Eastern opponents. Like they're tough matchups. They've lost them all. So,
but they haven't been losing by a lot.
No. I'm just shocked they started out low. So I thought they'd be fine together. Cause
it's tough. Like
they're not
anybody
deep.
Playing with Melo, Melo's just a hard guy. I think to like figure out how to play.
Melo's
with.
been playing fine. Melo's been playing fine.
Hard to please that guy. Like he needs the ball here. He needs to be shooting this many times. There's a lot of specifications for him to be able to play.
I don't know
the
if
game.
it was him who said the other day though. He said we're here for you. They were talking about Russell Westbrook. Like, I saw that. That was actually cool to see. Like,
but like, why are you putting that out?
Guard ever like Melo.
Like, why are you putting that out in the media?
Laughing
like
off reporters about coming off the bench and all this stuff. Like,
it's weird to me though. Like,
nice
why is he putting that out in the media? Like, I feel like he's doing that and he hasn't actually said that right to Westbrook. Say it to his face.
Yeah.
Because Westbrook is like
Maybe
Westbrook's not shooting as much. Steve's always.
Well,
always telling me like
Russ
he's not
is leading the league in assists though. So.
But he's shooting like his usage rate is way down.
Yeah. You can tell he's trying to be more of a playmaker this year.
To me, this is just like.
It's good. It's nice to see. Like
he's averaging 12 assists a game.
Yeah, it's out of control.
The one thing about their team that I just never have to question is Paul George. Man, he's so good. He can literally fit in anywhere.
To be fair, he's been the third best player on the team.
He's been the third best. Yeah, he's playing third fill.
Oh, for sure. Carmelo's been playing well.
What's Paul George's splits right now?
Well, I know Paul George had 10 points in one game against the Timberwolves. I think.
Yeah, I know Paul George.
When's the last time you seen Paul George have 10 points in a game?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
A long time.
The thing is, he's just so all around. The stuff that he does on your defense, he probably
he's at
single-handed.
That's what the thing.
19.5 points and 4.7 rebounds. Like,
that's it.
Subpar, but he's shooting efficiently. 42% from inside the arc and 38 outside the arc, and it's a lot of shooting now.
What is this?
Not good. 2.5.
But
Russ has the ball.
Russ has the ball.
Russ has the ball.
This is the first time in his career he's not the focal point, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure he likes that.
Yeah, he might actually like that for a change.
Why would he not?
Always.
Well, he can really focus and zero in on
the
D and
shooting.
shooting.
Be taking that end of game shot. Like it seems like so far Melo's kind of inserted himself as like I'm taking these shots kind of thing. Like he's never really shied away from the big shot or taken the big shots. He's always done it.
Carmelo's been hitting some shots late in the game.
So yeah, even the one they lost to Minnesota, like that shot that
even coming
Carmelo
down the stretch
hit was huge. But then
even coming down the stretch in the second game against the Timberwolves, he was hitting like a mid-range jump shot with 3 minutes left to take the lead.
Right. Yeah. It's good to see, actually.
I would just like to see them do good because someone's got to be able to challenge Golden State. Someone needs to be able to just not like kick a 10-point lead into the last 5 minutes against Golden State and just turn into ghost protocol. Can't make a shot.
What do you think their ceiling is, like wins wise?
For OKC?
65.
65 wins this year.
Max.
Oh, I
wouldn't even
60.
Get that. Yeah, I'd say 60.
No way they're getting.
I don't think they get to 65.
No.
I think there's going to be a point in the season where they all click.
52. I want to go.
Because how long did it take the Heat to just click and then they started winning like crazy?
First year was brutal. Start. I remember they were like 500 to 20 some games, if I recall.
Yeah, and then but once they clicked,
once again you click, right? They also have LeBron. Like
when these guys click, the difference too is with these guys they have like the two guys that are coming around Westbrook are shooters. Yeah. When LeBron and D Wade are going that they weren't like shooters.
But the Heat team had way more depth on their team. This Oklahoma City team is starting Andre Roberson at the shooting guard.
Nothing. It all relies on these three.
Yeah. Roberson's like already can't play. No, he's like he barely plays. I'm pretty sure now
he's starting at the shooting guard though.
Roberson needs to
just the worst starter in the league.
He is the worst starter in the league by a mile. It is awful. He can play defense. It's about it, and that's.
But Steven Adams is good for them. Steven Adams is actually really good.
Steven Adams is a glue
guy, real good glue guy.
He's crucial for their whole team, man.
Yeah.
Robertson, yeah.
It's a guy you can plug in any team, anytime.
Kyle Singler.
Is he playing minutes?
Ooh.
No, Kyle Singler? He can't be playing 9 minutes. No way.
Andre Robertson's only playing 18 minutes a game.
No. They have Raymond Felton as a
Robertson's playing 18 minutes, so he just starts kind of thing.
Pretty much,
and then bench rides. No, Singler hasn't played a single game.
Jeremy Grant's not bad.
Yeah, he's fine.
Patrick Patterson, I don't know, man. We've seen him in Toronto for long enough. We know the book about him. Like
he's still fine.
Like we were saying the other night, can he even get a shot without traveling anymore?
Okay, you want to hear something crazy?
The travels from that guy.
Patrick Patterson's stats for this year.
He didn't play the first couple of games though.
Averaging 1 and 2, half an assist. 1 and 2. 1.3 points a game and 2 rebounds.
How many minutes?
13.
Yeah, there's not using him.
Not using him.
He's like a stretch 4 that is like not fast and can't guard anybody at the perimeter.
Getting $5 million a year, it's like
that's fine.
Really the minimum almost.
Kind of sneaky that they have Dakari Johnson.
No.
He's playing 3 minutes a game. Pretty sneaky. Just saw the name. Ooh, he went to Kentucky. He's automatically good.
No.
Hey, fell for that one. Fell for that one, boys. Fell for that one.
How's Raymond Felton doing? Is he doing good?
Raymond Felton's playing skip offense again. He's always jumping around on his toes and his feet. Like, Guy literally is crazy on the floor.
Skip offense.
Man, he literally just runs around and he's always skipping on his feet. He's never like running normal or anything.
But any other surprise teams or is it just
I
OKC
think
this year?
this is the most surprised team.
To me, it's
Memphis.
It's Memphis because everyone wrote them off. Oh, this is the year they're
know
gonna
why.
fall off and not be good.
Well,
And you got Mike Conley and you got Marcus Gasol. They have such a good rapport. They'll be fine, and they actually like Tyreek Evans is playing fine. Dylan Brooks must be talked about. He's coming in and just Wayne Selden hasn't even played yet. He's
starting.
He's gonna look like a good rotation player for them.
Dylan Brooks is starting.
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah, really?
I think so.
I mean, it's hard to just.
Playing very inefficiently, I feel like.
I mean, Memphis has some unreal wins already this year.
See Dylan Brooks, 8 points
They beat the Thunder.
Yeah,
Dylan
Brooks is shooting 22% from three.
Dude,
Dylan
they beat the
Brooks.
Thunder. They beat the
Better than
Warriors.
Lonzo.
Didn't they beat the Warriors?
Better than
They beat the
Lonzo. We're
the
going
Warriors,
there
they beat the
already,
Spurs, I
are we?
think.
We're not going after
They
the
beat
big
the
baller
Spurs too,
brand
yeah.
now. This is not the time.
Big baller brand can be attacked at any time. Tyreek Evans.
You can't be
Very
attacking the big
The
baller
problem
brand.
for me is like Andrew Harrison's our first guy off the bench, and that could be scary real quick.
Yeah.
But I like
That's
Mario.
what I mean.
I like
they're a
Mario
surprise team.
Chalmers.
Look how thin they are.
They're still missing JaMychal Green, Wayne Selden, and McLemore. Maybe they're not great players, but they just give you depth.
And
Selden's gonna play.
To be fair, Mike Conley's not even playing.
JaMychal Green play.
No, Mike Conley's been subpar compared to
JaMychal Green might have started for them last year. I'm
He
not
can be
100%
better.
sure.
Marcus
but
Gasol's been great.
Marcus Gasol is just so good.
Best center in the league.
Iceman over there was telling me about Chandler Parsons making a return to playing the
Dropped
game
24
yesterday.
last night in like 18
Did he
minutes.
actually?
24 points in 18 minutes.
Yeah, didn't he
Wow,
shoot like
yeah.
9 for 11 or something
I didn't
crazy?
see his efficiency.
And
but
if he gets back,
he
that
was
team's gonna
good,
be fine.
man. Yeah, he was good. I know. Was it injuries, right? Kind of played him
Yeah,
so far.
yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, he's out
Got
all
it.
last year. Didn't play a game.
Got it up right here. Let's see what he did. Chandler Parsons, 24, 9 for 11 shooting.
Wow,
Whoa.
that is good.
If he can do that, Memphis is right in the mix because they just need that third scorer. They just need scoring.
That's a playoff.
Never
team,
worried
for
about
sure.
Memphis's defense ever. For some reason, they can just grind it out always. But
Like their
if they can get
coach
some more contribution on the offensive end,
Oh.
they are a serious team. All right, let's get down into the negatives. Next head coach to be fired. I targeted Hornacek and Hoiberg. Those are the two guys I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Hoiberg
Hornacek's
probably
easy.
not.
Hornacek's an easy pick, I would agree.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got a
It's
new
always the same
GM,
old
new bunch of front office guys. Not their pick. You know, they probably Hornacek's Phil's guy, which
Why not?
wasn't
Always
even Phil's
falls on
guy.
the coach. You know, it works in the NBA.
I mean,
Everything
they've
goes-
already had a.
It's not the players.
Did
it's
you
the
guys
coach.
did you guys see the report of like players said they didn't know the plays and stuff they were running in the middle of the game?
No.
Yeah, man. Training camp forgot to practice or
Falls on one guy.
yeah, seriously.
Point
So they
guard or
don't-
coach.
Yeah, well,
Someone figure it
no
out.
one knows who the point guard is there. Frank
Frank
Ntilikina
Ntilikina.
or
That's a
Jarrett
You can
Jack?
avoid. You can avoid a turnover.
Jared Jack?
Yeah.
He
Did
can
you
avoid
see
a
that?
turnover.
What?
Passed it with last second when they were
was like
running the clock out, just so they
running
didn't
the
get the
clock out of the
turnover.
Passes
To
it
his
off
teammate.
like 2 seconds
Ntilikina?
left.
Yeah, veteran like.
Oh, he's right in the. He'll be perfect for the NBA.
Veteran
Worry about his
like,
stats already.
Yeah,
Stats
veteran.
Can't
are
beat
removed.
that.
Yeah, NBA.
Oh, he's right into that Carmelo mind frame.
That was stupid.
Mellow.
Stay
I can't believe
mellow.
they didn't take Dennis Smith.
Yeah.
Well,
that
they
is
were trying to
crazy.
play in the triangle.
Oh,
And they were gonna fire him right after the
Not
draft.
done that
Gotta
yet.
get the triangle
Not done
ready.
that yet.
Phil Jackson, boys.
Phil Jackson.
Zen bot.
Yeah.
The Zen bot. He's
Up
back.
in the 90s.
Hoiberg for
Road
me
to
in
Chuck
Chicago
and
is
Lee
just
Check it out.
Like,
If-
Chicago's got nothing going.
yeah no and,
The
and
best
they,
player's still hurt, man.
who's their best player again?
Zach LaVine.
That's debatable.
No, it's
How's
not
it debatable?
Markkinen already their best player.
He's been
Averaging
balling.
16 and 10.
He's been
Fair
balling
enough.
for
Yeah,
sure.
he's doing
Double double man.
Averaging a double.
Find a guy in that roster that could average a double double. Give you $100.
Zach LaVine was playing great before he got hurt.
Yeah, man.
Zach LaVine will
Great.
be phenomenal.
Oh, he's great, but
He will
he's a
be.
guy who's really predicated on his explosiveness, and that's a torn ACL. I wonder if that affects it.
Definitely can
You know
affect
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Not
that's
everyone's
sarcasm.
Adrian Pearson coming back, just driving through everything.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely a tough battle. ACLs, MCLs are no fun.
yeah, I just think Hoiberg maybe just because if they lose like 15 straight games or something, and then they start like
You scapegoat.
they get numb with losing, and they're not even trying anymore.
I feel
and
like
they
he'll maybe get fired at the end of the year.
yeah.
Like they'll just hold
They
on.
only
sure
did-
they
like, this
kinda
is the
had an
second year,
idea
is it
of-
not? It's only the second year.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm
like,
And
sure.
last year, he's been giving the opposite of a loaded deck 2 years in a row.
Well, that's what I mean.
Exactly.
I'm sure coming into the year with that kind of roster, you're not expecting
last
to go
year's
to
roster was
playoffs.
even
I mean,
worse.
You can't. Can you really
what
expect to?
What was last year's roster again? Rondo, Wade,
How can it be
Butler,
worse?
just a bunch of guys who can't shoot threes.
Get rid of all of them and pick up.
but they were giving
Zach
a run.
LaVine
They were
expect
giving
that.
a run to Boston.
That
before
was crazy.
Rondo,
They
so,
if Rondo stayed in, they might
Rondo
actually
would
be
have been an
Boston.
X factor.
yeah.
there,
So how can
big
you
time.
fire
was, man.
then like
Yeah.
and then you're just gonna fire the coach because he gets a
Yeah.
probably the worst
roster
roster
in
in
the
the
NBA?
league,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like,
bet
it's
you
pretty
it
hard to
is.
just
Yeah.
fire him for that. Like
But that's what happens in the NBA nowadays.
I know.
It's just that you need a scapegoat. What are you gonna sell to your fans? It's not our coach. It's our players. Like, no, you're never gonna sell that. It always just falls on the coach.
Pretty sure the Bulls fans understand that their team
Not to
sucks.
mention, like, how many times does the GM fire the coach? They're just trying to keep their job. Although Garpax in Chicago is one of the scariest management groups around. They've done a lot of scary stuff. Just, they're scary. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe the owner is just so in for the GM tandem that they're just going to keep them around, and these guys can just keep firing coaches and making bad draft picks and making scary trades.
When does Zach Levine come back?
I saw he was doing abnormal movements or something. I think he's still due sometime in middle of November.
Middle of November.
Yeah,
okay.
he's still a few
That's not
weeks
too
away.
Can't
bad.
rely on that then.
No.
And they're which there's no rush to get them back. It's not like
there's
they're
no
trying
way
to make
they're
a run or something. Yeah, let them make a run.
They
Make a
probably
run.
keep him out longer so you can make it first.
Exactly, man. They're making a run for the lottery, reverse run.
Who's in the lottery this year, anyways? Players wise,
Porter
from the college.
Porter's in the
Oh yeah, wasn't that Porter and then they're
Oh yeah.
what is
Marvin Bagley this year? I don't know.
are they in college yet? Like is your
This
Porter?
year.
No, yeah, they're in college. They're
This
gonna be
year.
in college this
Well,
year.
they said I heard it's a pretty
We're
low
talking about the other
draft.
day. Where's Porter again? He's somewhere weird.
Mizzou.
Mizzou, yeah.
The vibe I'm getting from everyone, just what I'm hearing is it's a front load draft is loaded with big guys like bigs, which is
Marvin Bagley. I don't know if Marvin Bagley's in it this year though.
Either way, there's a lot of hype around him. You know, our Canadian boy is going to be in there real soon. I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be next. It'll be next year. I think he'll be in. He's going to be a one and done probably for college, right?
It looks that way.
All right, let's go to the next question. Final quick question. League pass team for the year. Team that is not on that, and we're in Canada, so we get every Raptors game, and then we get probably the next big game, which is always Golden State or Cleveland. So
Boston, New York.
Boston, New York. So what would be a league pass? What would be your league pass team for the year? Team that maybe you don't care if they're a good team or not, but there's just a guy on there that you want to see, or there's just a team that you want to watch play because they have interesting players or something.
Gotta be the Bucks, man. Giannis is must-watch television at this point.
Watch, man.
I don't know.
I'm so in for
Surprised you
Giannis.
didn't say Los Angeles.
Well, that's for me.
That's a major market. We're gonna get that
Yeah,
on
we'll
TV.
get- we'll get all
that's
those
not really
games.
a league pass team. That'll
Right.
be blackout.
It's got to be Milwaukee for me.
Yeah, it's
Sixers for
Giannis
me.
is must watch. Yeah, and
Sixers.
Sixers the other
They
team I
are.
had down. Just because you want
They're fun to watch.
Ben
They're
Simmons,
very intriguing,
exactly.
right? You want to know what's going on with Simmons
Well,
and Embiid, especially
Embiid's-
Embiid's social media
man.
craze. Holy cow!
No, to me it's Ben Simmons.
Simmons is very entertaining to watch. He's just got
It's got the it factor. Just
sneaky team for me,
do
honestly.
the eye test and you can see what you like. It's
Sneaky team for
unbelievable
me.
how good this guy is.
Sneaky team for me is out west is the Nuggets. I actually like watching Jokic play, and I like the way they
They
play
need to
an
figure
interesting
it
brand
out,
of
though.
basketball.
They need
The
to
problem
figure it
is they just don't have a point guard. We'll get to this later.
They have four of them.
We'll
They
get
don't
to-
have one. They have four of them. They're all no good.
We'll be talking about them a bit later on because there's some interesting stuff going on with them. Let's talk storylines for the season. It's early. It's crazy early, but you can't avoid Giannis for MVP talk. This is crazy. The guy is he controls everything. He's crucial to anything the Bucks do. He's definitely their most valuable player. There's no question about that, obviously. But you watch him and the guy's putting up 30, 40. I'd be shocked to see him not get 50 this year at some point. He's what does there say? He's unguardable inside the three-point line. Literally unguardable.
He is. No question about it. Guy's averaging 35 points a game. 10
That'll
rebounds a
fall,
game.
though.
That's going to fall at big time.
But I
Six
don't
games
know.
into the
30
season.
points a game doesn't seem unreachable.
I mean, he's
Doesn't.
averaging. I mean,
doesn't.
he's only played 5 games. He's averaging 35, 5, and 10.
yeah.
I mean,
Shooting 62% from inside the arc. Out of control. He's going to shoot that all the time, though. Like,
Well,
layup. You gotta just
I mean,
gets
when you
to
watch
the
him
hoop so
play,
easily.
he's just so long. If he gets you on his hip a little bit, which is not that hard for him. He takes one step or one little spin, and it's literally one step, and his arm is at the rim, and it's an easy layup. So
crazy athletic for his size. It doesn't even make sense.
not to mention his vision is getting crazy good. He finds guys. If you get him surrounded by, it's the same thing as LeBron. Like he is following the LeBron blueprint. I can do everything inside the paint. Everything inside the
Keep
perimeter.
working
And
the
if you
shot year in and year out.
Yeah.
Keep working on
and
the
if he
three-point
gets
shot, better and better and better.
any sort of jump shot,
Do you think
he will
he's
be.
gonna get a jump shot?
He at this point he almost doesn't even need to.
I don't even think he
There's
will.
no-
His hands are too big.
Yeah. Well, just like LeBron. LeBron never really did develop a great
LeBron's
three-point shot.
very-
He's got a solid
LeBron's is
three-point shot. It's
passable,
starting to heat up.
Oh, it's like 33%.
Right, which is the same as Giannis right now. Giannis shooting
Passable.
that exact same thing. But
Yeah,
he
yes.
doesn't even
He's
need
shooting
to have
33% from three.
Giannis is, yeah.
Wow.
If you're shooting right at 33, that is when it's worth it. Like
Especially
under
when you're
33, it's like not.
Well, when you're a
Yeah.
volume shooter, especially, like,
Yeah.
Giannis has the
He's
ball
not
all game
volume,
long.
though.
But
He's
the
not
good thing-
volume from three.
but the good-
No,
the
he just
thing I
gets
really
so
like
many
about
layups.
Giannis is he
Out of
never
But
control.
that's a
He's-
surprising stat. I didn't think he'd be shooting even that.
I'd like to
Oh,
know how
yeah,
many
it's
he's
actually-
actually taken.
Well,
He's taking
the thing
taking
for
a
me
lot,
is
or
that
is
He
he
probably shot like
or is
3.
he taking like 10 shots
Yeah.
exactly?
the thing for me is that he doesn't like force that though. He always would rather get a pass or like make a better play than just like settle for a three. He never really settles.
No, he doesn't.
The
Yeah, I
thing
mean, like,
is,
he's
he's the
relentless.
best player in the entire league on the break. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, he's unguardable. He can dunk from like the 3-point line.
He was what LeBron was. Like LeBron doesn't have that factor anymore. I don't
Really?
find.
A
He's
little
still
bit, that's for sure.
LeBron's maybe dwindled like a little bit, but when he goes in the break, it's like look out.
But
there's a
okay,
train- there's a
Giannis
train
or
hard to say
LeBron
LeBron
coming
and
at
dwindle.
you.
You know what I mean? It's
Yes,
hard to deny
yes,
LeBron
I
and
agree.
dwindle.
Don't worry.
But
the
if
best.
LeBron or Giannis are coming at you, I feel like you're more scared of Giannis coming on the break than LeBron.
Is it going to be a two-horse race in the MVP, LeBron and Giannis all year long, or is there going to be more people diving in? Like Cousins has had a crazy start to the season.
Cousins is in it right now.
Guys,
Yeah,
He's
team,
right in the middle.
team's not going to
14.
get enough wins, I don't think.
Right, that's usually
Yeah,
a factor.
that's the thing
him.
for the Bucks too, though. Are they
Yeah.
gonna get enough wins for him to really like?
Yeah, I
Right.
think
for it
they
to
will.
matter?
They're in the
Your
East.
stat-
They're
your
going
stats
to
are the-
get. They'll be the top.
your
five.
stats
Are the Bucks the second best team in the East?
The Bucks? No, I think
Maybe.
Toronto.
Boston.
is
I'm
personally.
not very overwhelmed by
Yeah, or are
Boston.
you just biased?
I got biased for sure. I'm
I
no
would
doubt
say
about it,
Toronto
but I still
pro-
think Toronto's the
I
second
would say
best roster.
Toronto
We have the
pro-
same cohesiveness from last year, the same players. Like I don't really see how
Our
we're going
bench
to
is
drop.
playing
Like
way over their heads, I think.
To me,
right.
it's
and Lowry's playing way under his head as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Like
true.
he should pick it up. Well, he will pick it up. There's
to
no
me
way
it's
he can do this bad all year.
between Washington and Toronto for second best. 'Cause
Yeah.
Boston after
Same
losing Hayward,
rosters.
it's just not enough.
No,
So you
They're-
think
they're not-
Washington is better than the Bucks?
Yeah,
I do. I do, but
I
they're
don't-
really
I
close.
don't
I think they're
think so.
very close.
but
I
this,
don't- I
I
don't
even
like
think
Washington.
Toronto and Milwaukee are very close.
yeah. Well, I
realistically,
mean, clearly after the playoffs,
Bucks aren't very far off. Like
the thing is this the year where Milwaukee takes the next step, or is it next year? Because they have so many young guys that are all gonna be. They're
Right.
long.
I
Like
think they got to surround
mean,
them with a
they're-
bit more. Like
They
Well,
need.
man, they're
They'll.
deep-
I think they'll pick up someone in free agency.
Yeah.
I mean,
Someone's gonna want. Someone's
that's a
gonna want to play with
well,
Giannis.
man,
it's a
they-
small market though.
they're
It's tough.
commit,
Someone should want to, no doubt, but Milwaukee's
They're-
definitely not attracting no big free
Oh.
agents. They never really have.
I have to say I have to appreciate the commitment to like length, like their defense. If their defense has the potential to be the best, like not even close. They have so much length on their team. They won't be able to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Von Maker has got everyone's got like a
John
crazy
Henson
wingspan.
too.
Even Middleton's pretty long.
Middleton and Tony Snell are all crazy long.
Yeah.
John Henson's very long.
Malcolm Brogdon, man, just another guy with length that's huge.
He's playing well for them.
6'5", like they just have guys that are all between 6'5"
See,
and
that's the
6'10"
problem
that are
I
all
think
length.
with the Bucks is that who's their second best guy? Middleton,
Nobody knows.
Brogdon.
They
Well,
don't know.
the main thing is that here's
Middleton's trying to insert himself as that second player.
But
for
Brogdon's
sure.
better than him this year.
Brogdon's good.
and,
Yeah.
we're all forgetting about the big asterisks in all of this, man. Where does Jabari fit into all this?
Right.
Jabari has the potential to be a max player, and he's just injured all the time.
Couple big injuries
And
now though.
he can just get buckets whenever you need them. The only other guy that can do that for him is Giannis. The other guys are pretty much perimeter shooters that are just
Yeah.
around Giannis.
Yeah.
Like Dwight Howard situation in Orlando or LeBron whenever he just has shooters around him. If Jabari can just... The problem is he's such a bad defender that... Like, will they keep that because they have a
Yeah,
commitment
but
to defense?
like you're saying, they're like one of the best defensive teams. They can mask a guy like that.
Yeah,
Easily
they can.
mask him. Easily.
And I'm interested to see how Thon Maker develops. Or Thon Maker, I found out is how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Really?
But I'm interested to see if he can develop because he's a 7-footer who can shoot the three pretty well. Like
Yeah, we got a
we got a first take,
first take last year in the playoffs.
and we already knew about him because
He somehow he was a huge X factor. Like the guy was nowhere to be seen all season long, and then we get in the
It's
playoffs,
just
and he's a
so
pure X factor.
lengthy.
What are they going to do with
Wow.
Greg Monroe?
I think they're gonna let him walk because they have to basically let
Is
that
he on-
they have to let that
Why would they
contract.
trade him right
Him
now?
and
Yeah,
Henson
good
have
call.
contracts that are almost untradeable because they're just like they're too much. I think Monroe's like on 18 mil a year or something like that.
Wow.
It's actually worth looking up.
I'm finding
And
it.
he's
It's
not even
very hard.
starting. Not even starting.
No, but he's a good bench player. He can get you some points on the bench as
Killed
opposed
They
to
have the
Raptors.
sixth highest. He killed the salary cap in the league.
Yeah,
The
see,
Bucks,
yeah.
sixth highest salary in the league.
because of Monroe and Henson. I think Henson has
Giannis
like,
makes 22.
Henson makes a lot.
11.
Henson makes
Henson's
a
making
lot.
11 million.
11 mil a year.
That's not
What?
crazy, but that's pretty crazy because he literally never.
That's
plays.
crazy. Shocking.
That is shocking.
How did
Greg
I
Monroe's
never
at
even knew he got
17.
an extension.
Monroe's at 17.
Monroe's at
man.
17.
Yeah, that's
Your
And
second
what
highest
are those
salary.
coming off the book?
That's Detroit money though.
Monroe's is after this year.
Yeah, so
They're
they're not going to
walk,
trade.
but you got to
yeah.
trade him like
Either they're going to get
Viper
something
was
for him in
saying.
a trade, or they'll just let him walk. Like they're just going to let that go off the books. It's not a huge loss.
But you can trade him and get anything. It's better than getting
No, but
nothing.
But
think
who
about
would
the
pick that up,
salary-
man? There's no
salary
teams
thing.
that enough salary cap
Yeah.
space to take that.
Right. Well, Knicks.
Everyone technically
Knicks, yeah. The Knicks aren't taking him in there. And you got Cantor and Goner.
If Greg Monroe goes to the Knicks, man, he's the second best player on the team.
By a mile.
Why wouldn't they just take him? Like,
because they're trying to lose. They're trying to tank.
That's not going to make them win.
Who knows? No. Maybe they'll sneak 1 or 2 more wins because of that. Not to mention that clogs up the lane for Kristaps more. Like, everyone needs to be out of the way of Porzingis unicorn.
Greg Monroe on the Knicks wouldn't even be that bad because he's a Georgetown big. Like, he's a good passer. You could help out with Porzingis for sure.
At the end of the day, the Bucks are never re-signing him, like unless it's to like some crazy low deal, and I don't think
he's gonna go down. Like, definitely gonna go down.
That contract
this is from the Pistonsville, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then 11 for Henson. They'll just let him walk. He just doesn't really.
He's got 3 more years on his contract.
3.
He's not going nowhere.
Okay, that's tough.
Yeah.
So maybe they can like package him with like
11's
a first
really,
round.
11 is a lot, but the more I think about it in this NBA, like everyone seems to be making 11, 12, 13. If you can impact a game in any way, shape, or form, you're getting paid.
But if they want to trade him, I think they'd have to package him with like a first round or something. You know, like Masai style when he got rid of DeMar Carroll, he had to package him with a first rounder to take that salary. You have to do
salary dump. Yeah.
Salary dump. Another one. All right, well, that's a interesting storyline for the year. I think the Bucks are just going to be interesting in general, but Giannis, if he wins MVP, that would just be unreal. All right, Blake Griffin, point forward. Does it have staying power for the year? Is that going to work for the whole year? Our team's going to be because
absolutely.
Yeah, I find mentioned the Clippers as a surprise team. They're 4-0, right?
No, they lost last night. They're
night.
4-1, yeah.
But
that point forward staying for sure. You just saw Cleveland do it. Cleveland switched to a LeBron playing point guard.
But
like,
I don't find Blake
a point forward, but he's
I think
6'8".
He's point forward for sure. He's already had a couple of triple doubles with Chris Paul on his team.
Yeah. But I think when it gets down to like the real nitty gritty, like someone gets right into him, I don't find he's that good of a dribbler that he'll just dribble it off his leg or something. That's the problem.
The thing is he's not gonna have.
If you get a guy like Kyle Anderson,
guard guarding him, he still has a post player guarding him, right? And he's playing point guard.
No, but if you put like a Malcolm Brogdon
guy coming down,
like you could put a Malcolm Brogdon on him just to go up the court.
Well, then who's going to guard the rest of the team?
Yeah, no.
I mean, you can't have Brogdon can't be guarding.
Just to go up the floor so he can't dribble it up, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Then switch off. You can't have that. No, that doesn't work. That does not work. That's what makes the point forward so interesting. Like you don't know what to do with it on defense. Like who do you put up against him? He's crazy fast. He's developing.
The main thing for him too is if he can keep his shot, like if he can consistently make that shot, that mid-range 3-point shot, then it makes it they have to come up and guard him.
And he's been taking it like with confidence, no problem. He says.
Yeah, he could be a guy that gets into the MVP talk if they win a lot of games this year.
He's got to stay healthy for him. It's a big thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm interested in Blake Griffin though. Like he was remember before they got Chris Paul, he was being talked about as being the next best NBA player. They were talking about his future was crazy high up. And then
he came in as a first overall pick. Like he's gonna have expectations crazy high.
Well, no, but he won even after he was like 1 year there. He won Rookie of the Year, I think.
He's shooting 42% from 3. 41.5. That's phenomenal.
Wow, that's crazy good.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah, so I mean, even if he stays around, anything over 35% for him would be insane.
Highest plus minus on the team, like.
Yeah, and they're gonna need him too now with Teodosic out. They actually just need more ball. They need another guy to handle the ball.
Yeah, they were relying on him.
So
and he's
I'm interested to see how Blake Griffin continues on his development as a point forward.
Look at Blake Griffin's last few years: 61 games played, 35 games played, 67 games played. You just need to stay healthy.
Is that basically the
stat line is always pretty consistent? Like,
is that pretty much the future of the NBA? Like, just anybody who's 6'10" and can dribble, you just automatically now get a point guard, basically.
Right?
Yeah. It's similar to the craze that happened with the 3-point shot of Golden State the last few years. Like, kind of like I don't say it's a fad because it's probably here to stay. Realistically, it is all the numbers game, yada yada yada. But this point forward thing, I think it's gonna stick. Like you can dribble the ball up and you're 6'10". Why not take it out? Does it matter?
Like LeBron,
no one's full court pressing in the NBA. Like, it doesn't happen.
When you have guys like LeBron and KD, it changes.
Changes everything.
You can't. Yeah.
No, Giannis, like wow.
Oh man, it's sweet actually though. It's so much fun to watch.
Ben Simmons too.
They just keep coming in, and they just keep coming out. Like Aaron Gordon's probably even the next guy to do that. He's like 6'9", 6'10".
I don't know. I'm not stretching out Aaron Gordon yet.
Yeah,
I'll let Aaron Gordon keep.
Yeah, on the Magic.
I'll let him keep proving
on the Magic hype you.
Iceman X'd it. You know what I mean? X from the Iceman.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't
he
be.
Is out from
I'm
the
not
Disney
that sold
Magic.
Aaron Gordon yet. He's not playing no point guard.
Out for the Disney Magic, the boy.
The Disney Magic.
All right. Well, here's a real interesting question: better future of success in New York, the Knicks with the Unicorn Man, or the Nets with actual front office and coaching stability?
And a point guard to run the show.
I think it relies on this draft.
It does.
And what they have at a
It 100% does. They're both bottom feeding.
No, I mean this
draft
coming up.
Yeah, they're both bottom feeding for the whole year.
If New York
makes
drafts a French guy instead of Dennis Smith again, like how do you ever pick the Knicks?
Imagine Ntilikina ends up getting better than him, and then Iceman and then Viper over here is just eating all his words again.
I'd be shocked.
I would be shocked too, but I'm not the one over here just ripping the Frenchman down again. Frankie
It's not even that. It's just like, how do you miss Dennis Smith? Like, he looks...
I know.
They were doing it for the... Man, it was because Zenbot was in there just deciding that we're going triangle again. Yeah. A week before he's about to get fired. It's almost like he knew it was going to happen. Just like screwed the Knicks before he
prospect coming in, Michael Porter. Could definitely be a game changer for any of these teams.
Yeah, for sure.
6'10".
He might be the next point forward.
Another point forward coming in.
Not gonna lie, as crazy as it sounds, I think the Knicks, if they don't like make the right coaching change here soon, Porzingis will just be out, or he'll just be like asking for a trade too because he's just getting.
He was already introduced to trade talks this offseason.
We were already watching a game this year where he would just look so frustrated. Their team didn't know what was going on. Guys aren't trying, and he looked pissed. And for me, like the Nets, every game the Nets give out good effort, like they're engaged.
Yeah,
maybe they don't have as much talent. Maybe they don't have a prospect like Porzingis, but I don't know. Like you actually have stability with the front office and stuff. That's bigger.
The
than
Nets have
think.
been okay this year just because they have a bunch of guys who are working hard, though.
Yeah, well, that's if you can just work hard on defense, you give yourself a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
The Knicks are just out there just waiting to take 40-point losses, dying to.
Oh yeah, both teams are definitely.
And then I find that's almost. So what do you think? Who would you if you were like the I don't know.
Like a fan.
If you could pick a team that you'd rather be cheering for right now, who would it be? For the next 5 years or something, next 10 years.
Well, that's what I mean. It's hard to say for the next 5 years because it depends on this draft.
I'll just
forcing you to say something.
I'll plead to the association. I don't think I'm.
Oh, you gotta say something.
I just can't.
You just change teams.
Silver Force.
I'll never do that. I mean, loyal to the soil, but
Silver Force. You have to say something.
I think those two teams are just
Nets. You gotta say something, Rick. Ricky Ice.
I guess you're selling me on the Nets, but I'll do like Unicorn's the best player on both teams. Obviously, not even close, but.
Yeah.
Will he be? Okay, here's a better question. Will he be in New York in 5 years? Will he be in New York in 4 years? Like 3 years, 2 years?
I don't think so. Oh, yeah, actually, he's just gonna get.
If they have any sort of brain, they gotta get him max contract right away.
They've been struggling to get free agents in New York, though. I don't know what's going on.
Obviously, man, because look at the absolute. Because look at the turmoil they're in at
all
all
times.
times.
Itself, now it doesn't even work. It's not happening.
Because there's always because their owner is completely gone.
Nobody really wanted to.
Their front office is. No one wanted to play with Melo too. Yeah. Definitely a lot more intriguing with Porzingis. How you don't want to play with that guy.
Them behind the 8 ball for a few years here.
Phil Jackson did some weird stuff. I don't know. President of basketball operations. I don't scout. I don't move. I'm just stuck in place.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch from the press box. Nice, good job.
Just in New York.
Getting paid crazy money to do nothing. Just a big name in the office.
That's actually what it was.
Yeah.
I fell for it whenever it happened too.
Of course
wow,
you did.
Here we go, savior.
Of course you did. You jumped right on that bandwagon.
Just me, Maverick. Just only one to fall for it.
Let me guess, Aaron Gordon, the next point forward. There you go.
He's the best.
What next?
Goat.
He'll be shooting 80% from 3 all of a sudden.
Goat, yeah.
His form is pretty robotic
looking. Here we go with the jump into GOAT status
He's
again.
Best player on the top team in the East, so sell him.
All right, we can stop talking about any sort of New York anything because that's awful. All right, Rookie of the Year, Darkhorses, because the top 3 is pretty blatantly obvious. Lonzo, Ben Simmons, and
Dennis Smith.
Jason Tatum.
Or
Dennis
Smith,
I guess,
Dennis
too.
Smith.
But yeah, you put him in there, too. Yeah,
putting up loads of assists.
I don't think Tatum will.
But I got down for Dark Horses: Donovan Mitchell, Dylan Brooks,
There's only
John
one guy
Collins,
for
and
Dark Horse.
Markkanen.
It's Markkanen. He's the only Dark Horse I really have.
Donovan Mitchell.
I think Mitchell's going to do better.
But the thing about Donovan Mitchell is he's getting loads of more minutes right now because of Rodney Hood's injuries.
Yeah. And he's shooting 16% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, but that's bad.
16.
That's bad.
I thought you said 60 for a second. I almost flipped out of my chair.
16.
16, even worse. Double flip out of my chair.
Yeah. Well, it's not far off Lonzo.
Oh, here we go.
What's Lonzo's usage from the 3-point line compared to him? And Lonzo's shooting 20%.
Lonzo is shooting very poor percentage.
Lonzo
from 3,
also shoots from the hip.
Lonzo's shooting 30% from the field.
Yeah.
And 20% from 3.
He is. His impact in the game.
Yeah, but he's also like a gun. Like he shoots from the hip, man. He's like a Western
Yeah,
cowboy,
but everyone said he
can
shoot, man.
Yeah, he's unorthodox. That's for sure.
Well, we know one guy. We know one guy in this room's bought into the hype. Or something. That's for sure.
Oh, that's me. For
Fully
sure.
max hype.
Fully believe in this guy. I'd be selling anything for him.
But yeah, Lauri Markkanen looks great for the Bulls.
28% from 3 for
the thing is, though, are we getting caught up in
28%.
Are we getting caught up in Lauri Markkanen looking good because he's literally surrounded by hot?
No, because Lauri Markkanen's been pretty efficient. Can you check out Lauri Markkanen's efficiency?
For sure, I can do that.
The only reason I'm saying that is because maybe we're just getting caught up. He's like surrounded by heaping piles of garbage and like a flaming garbage trap.
Yeah,
their team is just trash.
Yeah, just check
out. 41 from 3, 43 from inside.
41 from 3.
Yeah.
His jump shot looks beautiful.
He looks like Ryan Anderson.
Yeah,
To me,
but he
Ryan
rebounds
Ryan
better.
Anderson
But
in the flesh.
no, but
That's
he
the-
rebounds
there he
better.
is.
What's he averaging for rebounds? 10.
Yeah.
Tell me when Ryan.
9.6.
Yeah, that's the
Has
thing.
Ryan
He's
Anderson ever
rebounding.
done that before?
But
Yeah.
that was the criticism of Markkinen. They said that he couldn't rebound.
And he's
about
making the effort. And
Yeah.
you know what? He could probably
It's a little
average.
bit. It's a two-way street though. Like he's also got a little bit of inflated stats because his team's so bad. You know what I
And
mean? So
Bobby
Ryan Anderson's
Portis,
switching around, like-
and Mirotic haven't played a game
Right.
yet. So there's
They'll
that
be taking
too.
all of his minutes, especially Mirotic. Like, he's their
Mirotic is
starting.
getting out
He's
of there.
probably their best
Mirotic
player
already
somehow.
demanded the trade.
Yeah.
So
He what?
he demanded the trade.
Oh,
We'll get to that. Well, we'll do that in DYNO or X, but yeah, that's.
Wow.
I'm pretty in for Markkinen, honestly. His jump shot looks absolutely wet. He's making the effort.
Yeah.
And he probably could average more points, but they got Justin Holiday on Green Light Express right now.
Green
Walking up, shooting pull-up threes from anywhere on the court you're allowed.
Yeah,
So-
but he relies on teammates to get him shots. So he's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So-
a 7-footer.
so-
like, he's not.
Yeah.
Not out here creating
But,
shots. He's not Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Am I crazy to say he could be kind of like a Porzingis a little bit with just less handle? He hasn't played. He doesn't block. He's got no rim
I need to
protection.
see more.
Yeah, it's early.
I need to see more. I've seen him play.
Fair
a
enough.
couple
It is
games
week
of
two.
A
basketball.
lot of it.
It is week 2.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm curious to see what they do with Bobby Portis now.
Table
Because-
ladders chair match.
Yeah, no, but what are they gonna do, right? Who's gonna get the starting role? Is it still Markkinen? Is Bobby Portis gonna come back in? and start?
If they give the job to Bobby Portis over Markkinen, I'll be completely rattled because Bobby Portis has been on the team for like 4 years and is getting in fights with teammates that he's been playing with for 4 years, and then all of a sudden, he's never been good enough to start. He's just
I think
not
we're
good.
all in agreement though that Ben Simmons is probably the favorite right now for Rookie of the Year.
Favorite, yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
Lonzo in second, easily.
Oh, easily.
Oh, I don't know who's.
I don't know.
Dennis Smith.
Tatum's right there, man.
Dennis
Tatum's
Smith.
you pull up Tatum's averages; they're pretty good.
It's not even close.
Ben Simmons
Lonzo
is the
Ball's
favorite.
second
I
best.
think Dennis Smith will be second.
No,
by the time
Lonzo
the year's
Ball
done.
easily. What do you mean? For me, anyway.
Are we
he's
putting
not
Ben
even close.
Simmons way ahead though? Because I got him pretty far ahead right now.
Yeah, he's pretty
he-
far ahead. He's
Dennis
not as
Smith
far ahead
hasn't
as you want to
been
think,
playing,
though.
Well, he's
Dennis
controlling
Lonzo Ball's
everything.
almost averaging a triple double. He's too shy in rebounds and assists of a triple double as a rookie. Like
No,
we
with
can't
Simmons,
with
yeah.
nothing around him. Like absolutely no help. Like
Ben Simmons already has a triple double, and he put up 28, 8, and 7 last night with 3 steals.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Lonzo Ball's ahead
That's
of Ben
tiny.
Simmons by any way, shape, or form. Ben Simmons is definitely the hands-on favorite. But I'm talking about for the next best.
Yeah,
It's got to
okay.
be Lonzo Ball.
Yeah,
It ha-
fair.
for me, it has to be. But
Yeah, no.
I
can
have a
agree
little
with
bit
that.
bias. That I really like this.
He
guy.
did have a
Oh,
game. And what was the
I
game
do
against the
like him.
Suns?
Yeah.
He almost put up a crazy triple double already too.
Yeah,
29, 8, and 7. Like
29, no,
Yeah.
29, 12, and 7. I think. Or
Who
something
are they
like that.
playing though?
Suns.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like.
That's true. Free win.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
There's some people-
Iceman might have been able to play a triple double. with the Suns.
Maybe.
Probably even a
Yeah,
quadruple double. He
yeah.
probably put up 10 steals. too.
Could have done it with the Adidas Pro models on too.
Those are rip up your feet.
This podcast is brought to you by Adidas. 3 Stripe Life.
But yeah, Ben Simmons looks absolutely phenomenal out there. His composure, it's a total
He
package.
benefited from the red shirt for
Oh,
sure.
big
Yeah.
time.
Just like Blake Griffin did in his first year.
Maybe
Right.
you know what though. The more I
That's a
see
good
that,
comparison,
the,
actually.
Yeah.
the more that this is happening, maybe they need to think about just forcing players to just play 2 years in college. Because
I don't
clearly,
know if
when
another
guys
year in college, just go to. I
No,
think
it's not
the
this-
coaching in the
yeah.
NBA. Like he gets a whole year with these coaching, a whole
so
year with
maybe you're
these.
saying everyone gets a red shirt year as a rookie then maybe.
I don't think you want to be doing that.
You
Like,
don't wanna
some
do
guys
it
come in
there.
and impact the game like crazy, like what Lonzo Ball does instantly. Like comes right into the game and
Here
he's
we go.
already impacting the play. Like you can't have him sitting out a year.
Pump
So,
it
like,
up.
you want to just sit him out, or what do you want to do with
Holy
him?
moly,
Is
man.
that what you suggested?
Let him get LaVar right in his brain again.
LaVar.
LaVar get in his head a little more.
No, but some guys like Dennis Smith, for example, he needs the minutes right now.
Right.
On that team, Dallas needs Dennis Smith on the
That's
floor.
Right, so I
right?
think
So
it's
you-
dependent. You're right.
But Markelle Fultz
could use a red shirt.
He
Could
could go
definitely
for,
use a
he
red
could
shirt
go
right
for
now.
a red shirt.
He is
He's
in the
used
matrix.
to,
maybe.
hey,
That guy's
shooting
entered the
practice.
matrix.
That's
I'm
something
not
we haven't
sure
even
what
talked
pill he's
about.
using,
Shooting
but
form practice for a year.
He's a lot
You know
of
what I
things
mean?
right now.
Drain, shoulder, shoot. Drain, shoulder, shoot.
We got an early first overall bust.
Oh my
Not good.
God.
6 games in, he's ugly.
The book's already out apparently on him. Week 2.
Force him to shoot. Doesn't know
Definitely
how
don't
to
want to make any macho predictions this early in the season. Definitely wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
do it. Oh, we're all about making macho predictions, and there it is. Bust.
You actually think he's a bust?
I'm already in these bust.
5 games in.
I can't shoot a foul shot. This guy's a starting point guard first overall pick.
my
I can't shoot a foul
Oh my
shot.
God.
I've never heard of that.
How was Simmons on a bus last year?
He didn't play.
Well, this guy's barely playing. Played 2 games. What if he's rested for the rest of the year? Bust. Out. Done.
No. Early prediction, that's all.
Oh, good.
Jumping on it.
Any word on Josh Jackson? Anyone seen anything from him lately? I haven't really
He's
gotten
been
to check.
starting for the Suns. That doesn't mean
Whatever that
anything.
means. We just finished cutting down the Suns real
Sorry,
quick
so you
there.
mean
So
back up on Kentucky?
Pretty much, yeah.
they coming off the bench.
Oh, I don't even know if Kentucky's good anymore.
Shooting 37% from 3. It's averaging 10 points a game.
Yeah, he's been okay.
Not horrible, but
He's been okay.
also in Phoenix, right? Like, stunting your growth real quickly there, losing every game. It's not going to be fun.
They're just going to get... That's the thing for me about those teams. They're going to get... Those kids are going to get numb to losing, and they're not even going to care. We saw it last year with the Suns. Guys scored 70 points in the game. They lost by 15.
See,
Let's go! They were jacked up.
Seeing you right now with the Sixers. 1 win.
But I feel like Embiid wants to win.
Now, right?
Did he win last night?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, but Embiid's also not celebrating when he gets to like 29 and a couple stats after they lose. Like, he's in for
He's peaking Whiteside for that.
Yeah, that's Whiteside. Yeah, he can look at the stat sheet.
Son!
Holy.
The 2K man.
The 2K win.
Just want to get my 2K rating.
What kind of a comment is that?
Just crazy.
Makes your owner want to cringe. Oh my god, I dropped
owner,
this
not
guy.
even owner, man. Coach,
Owner,
GM,
GM,
anyone, teammates, anybody.
Are the Sixers making the playoffs?
No.
No?
Yeah,
I agree.
Wow!
I think they will.
These two boys are thinking click, click,
Man,
boom on here.
You were watching the game against Houston.
Yeah.
They could have easily won that game.
There's also been games where I've seen them play and they look like
Yeah, last night.
Was Embiid playing in that game?
Last night, they barely beat Dallas. Beat them by 2 points.
Iceman was telling me about that. That was scary. Didn't
Scary.
know about that.
That is brutal.
And the NBA is hiding that one under the rug.
I was waiting for them to just like.
Win's a
I
win,
don't know.
right?
It is. Yo, you're right. A win is a win, and like you got to get those gutsy wins. Like they've gone through a couple
Especially when
crazy
you're playing-
losses already.
especially when you're playing the
right?
Raptors
disco,
barely
man.
beat the Lakers the other day. Same thing.
Scary.
By a dozen. Not bad.
Especially whenever you're playing
We were
disco.
down-
You got to
we were
get those
down
wins
the whole
against
game.
Disco Dirk. You know, you
That's
got to
just
make
kind
sure.
of effect that a couple players can make on the other side.
Oh, here we go again. Iceman ball.
Definitely sold on that guy.
DYNO or X. DYNO is basically just, you know, you're in for it, you like it. And X is you are out for it. So, new Nike jerseys and clothing.
X.
Dyno look, but apparently durability's not there.
DYNO. I don't even care about the rips. I don't even care about the rips at all.
3 rips in 2 weeks.
They'll figure it out.
That's
eh?
definitely bad. Doesn't look the
Oh,
greatest.
they'll get the sweatshops will figure it out.
Uh-oh.
Get them all
They
fixed.
definitely went for, I don't know, looks over comfort apparently. And ripping everywhere. Doesn't even make sense.
That's pretty
It's a
bad.
basketball jersey. Figure it out. I don't think I've
How
ever,
hard is it to rip a jersey?
I know. I don't think I've ever seen an Adidas one actually rip. Like all of a sudden we got 1 week of basketball and they're ripping everywhere in Nike ones. Really bad.
All right, ads on jerseys.
Like in for that. Yep.
DYNO.
Dyno for sure.
Also Dyno for sure. Doesn't hurt anything.
DYNO. The extra money, you know what I mean? Just keep
Oh.
racking it in NBA, keep bringing in the cash,
Absolutely.
get more players, get the Warriors more salary cap space, bring in a fifth
There's some really
superstar.
cool ones too. Like I like Disney. Obviously, Disney and Orlando's really.
Yeah,
neat.
it's
All
better
of
too when
it.
they make sense.
Yeah.
And then you got the Raptors with like a white
Some
patch.
like-
The white
White
patch.
patch.
looks
Yeah,
cool,
I'm
though.
X for the Raptors.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
the bad boy.
Fun fact. Viper noticed that Serge Ibaka wasn't having a patch in his jersey halfway
They
through the
fixed
first
it. They fixed it
against the
quick,
Lakers.
though.
He didn't have the patch
Did you
on
not
his
see
jersey.
that?
I didn't even see
Man,
it.
Yeah,
I
didn't have the
tweeted
patch
that on
on.
everything, man. It was
And
stupid.
Steve just looks up at me. We're watching the game. Goes, Ibaka doesn't have the patch. I just started laughing. No, man. Yeah,
I think
pulls
he
it
had a
up, pulls it
Packers
up.
jersey on it.
Seriously. And then what? In the second quarter, he all of a sudden just had
no,
a patch.
not even in the first quarter. I think during a TV timeout or something. They
Yeah,
was
because
all-
after you
That's
tweeted at them,
amazing.
probably they went, "Oh no."
Yeah,
Did you guys see that one rookie who like went to play the first game and didn't have his jersey on? Yeah, I want to find this. I gotta search this up and find out who it was. He didn't have
Well, I
his
seen
jersey
him.
on.
Amal Mute almost went on with his warm-up top on.
Apparently, when you get the Nike stuff, you forget how to think. Your brain explodes.
Oh, that's
All right.
good.
Positionless basketball.
Dyno.
I know.
DYNO. Agreed.
Makes it easy to watch. Everyone can do everything. Let's go.
Better to watch.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely,
sure.
man. Got guys like centers that like used to not be able to just even think,
Right.
man.
Centers that can pass. Now you got
Yeah,
everything going
centers who
on.
can dribble and pass.
Centers who can shoot threes.
Crazy that they
So,
couldn't do that before. It's the basics of basketball.
Yeah.
Oof, he can't dribble.
First thing you do is grab a ball and learn how to shoot it.
Dribble.
Dribble it and shoot it.
Ooh.
The big guys just don't do that, or what?
They run around with it in their hands like this.
Yeah. Lost with the ball in their hand.
All right, Bledsoe on the Bucks. The trade rumor.
X.
Are you saying like X is in you don't like it, or X is in it's not gonna happen?
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, but
I think it would work.
Do you like it? If it happened, would you like it instead of Brogdon?
I know for sure. Oh yeah, that'll work.
And do you think it'll happen? X.
X.
Okay. Do you think it'll happen?
X. No, DYNO actually. DYNO. They
Okay,
have.
And then what? And then do you think it'll work as well? Do you think it'll work?
No, X.
Okay. I'm X for both.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I don't think you need to change. I think there's continuity.
The
in
last
having,
thing, yeah,
it just throws like there's
the
continuity
last
with
thing
Brogdon.
is a guy coming in just trying.
But
to
they
throw
do have the assets to do it. Like Monroe.
obviously.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not
Phoenix is
Millsap.
obviously a dumping
Yeah,
ground
I know
for a
what you
while
mean.
here now. So, same thing. Bledsoe on the Nuggets because they have the assets to do it, and they don't really have a legit point guard. So
X and X.
You don't like it.
No, not gonna happen.
you don't think it'll work out?
Don't
You just
think
can't
it'll
shoot the
happen,
three.
I
not
think DYNO it'll be good for them.
Will it happen?
Yeah, DYNO. I think it could happen for sure. They have 4 point guards.
Combo guards.
Exactly.
4 combo guards.
How could they not just send one of them?
I'm X for it happening. I'm DYNO for it working. Like I think it will work great.
Really?
You don't think they could get like enough pieces or what?
I just don't think they. I don't know. I don't really think they want to do it. I don't know why.
I don't know if
think
many
they want
teams
to.
want to do it. Like, why isn't it already
'Cause
happening?
who
Well, you
they-
mean
they-
Denver doesn't want to do
Yeah,
it.
because who would they be? They'd have to send over like Gary Harris or something. I don't know. What would they
Jamal
send over?
Murray?
Jamal Murray. Like, does Jamal Murray even have that much value?
Denver
right
needs
now?
to figure it out though.
Well, it doesn't need. You don't need much value. Bledsoe's out. Like he's already.
It's true. He's lost all
he's
trade
already
value.
dug his own grave in Phoenix.
Moutier could be
Moody
good.
Eye,
yeah.
that's true. Moody Eye is a good trade piece, but I am X for it happening. All right. Western Conference. DYNO or X? This
DYNO.
year.
DYNO.
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 It's got to be
Eastern Conference.
X.
DYNO.
Both
DYNO.
Well, Orlando Magic is swaying you.
There's a lot of bubble teams, and it'll be
There we
interesting.
go.
It's gonna just be
Vipers
interesting.
coming in.
DYNO.
Vipers.
Viper, here comes Viper.
DYNO is
Well, hey,
interesting.
listen to our first podcast, me and Vipers. A lot of pumping up the
games,
Sixers.
Yeah, a lot of Sixers talk. All
DYNO is
of
an
a 2-4
interesting
and we're
X.
silent.
X is in like they're just not good. Like DYNO is in the. It'll be fun to watch.
I agree.
Any NBA is fun
It
to
will
watch.
be
Man.
fun
We're
to watch.
NBA junkies.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, it's true.
LeVar Ball.
DYNO.
Just like
You don't have to say anything, but that was pretty
Viper
quick.
pleads the fifth. Viper pleads the fifth.
X, I
I'm
guess.
DYNO for Lonzo. I'm X for LeVar. As all Raptors fans, I think we've all seen. Most people probably haven't seen them, but if you turn on a Raptors game, their number 3 comes on, and he's wearing compression shorts, actual shorts, and OG anunoby shorts length.
X.
X.
Pull him down, man.
DYNO. LeBron does it. Anyone can do it.
It's fair enough.
Fair enough. So our OG Anunoby should do it then. Potentially the best player ever does it. Although that is kind of follow the leader in the NBA.
Yeah,
One person puts these socks on, everyone puts the socks on. One person puts the hat on, everyone put a hat on.
Bobby Portis.
X.
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 Irrelevant is probably what I would use.
It's fine.
X relevant.
Fine, exactly. Fine.
Nikola Mirotic trade demands.
Could be DYNO for someone.
DYNO for him.
No, but him
for
making
sure.
the trade demand.
Oh,
after,
DYNO.
'cause
Yeah, get
I'm
out of
assuming
there.
you haven't heard the story.
DYNO.
It wasn't like Bobby Portis like suckered him or anything. He charged Bobby Portis like multiple times. He like basically asked for it. Like he would charge him multiple times. The actual report.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
charging
know
him
that.
like a bull or something, man.
That's the
A
report.
Chicago bull. Yeah.
Buying into the brand.
But
So I mean, and now you're the one who started the whole fight, and then you're demanding a trade. I'm
sounds like a
X.
cop out.
He could be great on a good team.
He could fit somewhere.
But
good,
fitting somewhere, yeah,
Big
just a
time.
chucker.
Golden State.
Milwaukee.
Golden State.
Coming
Yeah.
to a city.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, they
would be
need
good
a
too.
tall shooter.
Yeah, need another shooter.
Milwaukee would be interesting.
Okay, so Mirotic trade demand.
DYNO.
DYNO.
X. All right, this is
What's
the
the X
list.
for? What's
Oh,
the
there
X?
we go.
What do you call
I
the
don't,
X
I
out
don't
on?
think he should. I'm not as high on him as most people. I don't think he's that good. He's awful on defense. He's
Yeah.
a slug on offense. Literally can only shoot the 3 and
Do it well.
not even that
Yeah, but,
good.
like,
Not even that
In
good.
this,
volume shooter.
in this NBA, like you can shoot. The
Not to
three.
mention I'm also
Yeah,
out
yeah,
for him
yeah.
actually being like forcing a trade demand. Man, you're the reason this.
Would
whole
you
thing
not take him
happened.
on the Raptors?
Maybe
I would.
Oh,
X. X. I'll just make a decisive X on that one.
I'd take him.
I'd take him.
Stunting the growth of our youth again.
Toronto?
Out for that. Out for stunting.
He's
the
not
youth.
old.
No, he's young. If anything, I feel like really young.
I think he's secretly old. I think
Yeah,
he's
maybe
28
he,
or
he
something.
might be old.
'Cause he was
Actually,
remember he was like a
Europe,
old,
right?
yeah.
I don't know.
I'll go 25.
25.
Probably
Okay.
28 or something.
Iceman, yeah. So yours. Okay. I'm gonna say 29, which is old in the NBA for me for some reason. I'm just deciding that's old.
That's like an NFL rule. Over 30 as a running back, you're real good. Rule of thumb.
Should have went to Wikipedia.
Fultz free throw.
X.
Yeah, it's gotta be X, right?
Fultz free throw form.
X.
Fultz free throw form. What is it?
It's definitely X, right?
X for sure.
I'd love to see someone say DYNO and some justification behind that one. That is impossible.
Well, what about Lonzo's shooting
Alright.
form?
55%. Oh,
Mirotic
X.
is
X for that shooting
Okay.
form. As long as it works. Like, I don't care if it's working, but if it's not working, I mean, holy
Mirotic
cow.
is 26.
So he's not stunting our.
No, but
There
he's
you go.
like our young guys are 20.
So would you take him on our team?
X.
That's it.
We need guys who can play defense and rebound. He can't do either.
We're in our,
Put him
like you said in the first podcast, we're in the golden years for us. Like,
Why,
what
no,
are we going to
but
do?
why
We're out
wouldn't?
stunting growth? Like, no, we need to still, we're going to win. We signed Ibaka, we signed Lavar, we signed DeRozan, we're winning. Our chance,
Okay,
now's our
okay.
window to win.
Okay, we have
Fair
two
enough.
lineups we go.
I just
in.
don't like him for some reason. I don't
Right,
know.
right.
Okay, would you rather starting lineup of?
You're just assuming he's
Lowry?
in the starting lineup right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Our front court of having Mirotic and Ibaka with Ibaka at center, or Ibaka and JV at center.
Just depends on the opponent.
How?
Yeah, I agree.
It's all
Definitely a
dependent. It's all
matchup
dependent.
thing.
It's all a matchup.
I don't mind JV starting. I don't know.
There's like Mirotic has been on
definitely
pretty
like-
average Chicago teams the last couple years, and he
He'll be
still
old
hasn't
NBA
started,
player,
and he
but-
still hasn't played that many minutes.
Yeah.
He's had a couple good games, but like,
Yeah.
he's not anything crazy for me. I'm not
He
going
can be a
crazy.
good piece, though.
He's decent, yeah. All right, and then I think we all know about Draymond getting into the verbal battle with
Oh,
who
everyone's out to get him again.
Dennis Smith Jr. tried to dunk on him, and then he told him a bunch of stuff, and he said, "Check my resume." So, Draymond Green's resume.
It's DYNO.
It's DYNO.
It's DYNO, unfortunately.
Yep.
Can't say I'm a
DYNO.
fan of the guy. Like, a little too vocal for me, but you can't deny the truth.
No, DYNO. 2 rings.
Defensive player of the year, 2 rings.
Crucial to them winning.
He's got enough stats to just beak, but like
He does.
He's
It's just
gonna-
annoying.
But I think he's referring to his resume of like blocking guys.
Yeah, and
Like
defensive
I remember
player of
last year, Lillard was trying to dunk on him like every time, and he was just no chance.
the year. Yeah,
He's a great
The
No,
thing
he's
is,
unbelievable
but the thing is
defender.
though, I would be saying X if LeBron put that one dunk in the finals down with a minute left, because that was literally the biggest. That would have been the biggest dunk in NBA Finals history, and he just tackled him in minutes.
Probably a smart play.
Don't blame him,
Up in
man.
every poster
look at
and all.
Jason Terry.
There's a reason why he's the king. He's crowning somebody every day. You know what I
He
mean?
seems to be doing that daily.
All right, well, I think that's pretty much it. That's good coverage for week 2. I don't know when we'll be back. It's hard to get this squad together. A lot of
Top
busy
Gun
things.
Gang
Top Gun Gang, you know.
signing off.
Signing off for Maverick at Sam Rambo.
Iceman at Mershow91.
And Viper at Esplanade 30.
We out.